The views expressed on this podcast are that of the host. This topic of UFOs is full of governments, charlatans, thieves, and loads of shit. For your listening enjoyment, put on your tinfoil hat, turn off all the lights in the home, and sit in complete silence because the probe is armed. Don't be scared if you're touched. Lastly, the UFO talk is explicit and your virgin mind is about to get fried. Let's get the show started.
This is the Tempest Universe.
Welcome to the Tempest Universe, the Monday edition. The day that sucks like testicles that have elephantitis. Like if you could possibly kind of envision what Monday is like, picture like a chihuahua or a really small dog with elephantitis of the balls. I mean, really, there's just no getting around it. It's scary. It's scary. We used to, back in the day in the Bronx, there was this dog that had elephantitis of the balls. And whenever we'd see him, especially after school, we'd cross the street because, we didn't want to catch any of that. That's disgusting. This is your host speaking, Manny. This is the Tempest Universe. And it was a rough weekend. Not because it was bad. No, it was good. The good thing about Monday is that usually if you have a good weekend, you can kind of withstand Monday a little bit. We did have a live, shit talk session on YouTube with the Asgardians, but that day I had this crazy idea. So this is not UFO related, but fuck it. I saw this the week before. I saw this drink, right? It's called the Pearl Harbor, right? It's made with Midori. There's that green liqueur, pineapple juice, and vodka. So I did it. I put it together on Saturday. This is actually before the YouTube time. And it was too sweet. The pineapple juice was too much, to be honest. Whoever made the Pearl Harbor up, you fucked up. You fucked up. It was too sweet for me. So then I said, fuck it, let's just change all this shit around, and let's call it the Leprechaunski. The Leprechaunski is this. Here's what it is. You take the Midori because you need the green in it. Then you add a pineapple vodka because we want the sweet, but we want the kick too. And then on top of that, you still add the other flavored vodka. So that vodka of my choice was citrus vodka. And mind you, all you got to kind of lighten things up is a little bit of ice. And for fuck's sake, Sunday was a rough start for a good 3 or 4 hours. But, hey, it tasted good. It had a nice green color, the Leprechaunski. So there you go. That is the Tempest Universe drink, the Leprechaunski. Hit me up if you want to know how to put it together. Oh, man. It was just... Sunday was no buenos at the start. Honestly, it was a little rough because we had some Leprechaunski power going through us. But still, that's just the way it goes. Anyway, if you want to check out the madness that happened on YouTube, the link is in the description to the YouTube channel. Check it out. It was over 2 hours just talking madness, but we had the Puckinator in there with us. We had Green Man. We had the team of Divina Plus One. And what's up to the guys who are in the live chat now? The Nam, Green Man. Oh, by the way, we also had Idle Space. A.K.a. Dave from Down Under. He showed up too, looking like Wolverine. Let's see who else we have here. Oh, we have Dre on here. He's on here live right now. So there you go. It was just a crazy combination of things on Saturday. But today we are dealing with the back to work, back to life situation, which we hate. We hate it. Every Monday I'm like, there's got to be a way that we can get out of this rut, this slavery. It's like enslavement. That's how they keep us from looking to the sky. That's how they keep us from just taking off and, trying to find where the hell the UFOs are hiding. Keep us from looking for underground bases. They make us work and pay taxes and pay Social Security tax for shit you'll never need. But that's a different podcast. That kind of talk usually doesn't happen here, to be honest. Sometimes those are, conversations of introspection, really. Because there is no answer for that nonsense, to be honest. And honestly, in any country, you can't get away with shit anyway. They get you somehow. They will find a way to screw you over. And you just can't do nothing about it. You can leave the country, but you'll get screwed somewhere else, right? Fuck. Anyway, because today is Monday, today is Vodka Gay on the Vodka Gay. Today is Vodka Day on the podcast, so please get your podcast drink ready, because the first song for today is gonna liven things up. And we're gonna get into some crazy ass stories out of Kentucky, of all places to have wild ass, wild west UFO stories. It's happening in Kentucky. So check this out.
I see something, it's coming up on the horizon. Oh, let me clear my head and get rid of the distractions. Oh, I was down when I saw you in the clouds. Out of phase, filled with doubt. I was drifting in and out, levitate, fade away. I had left full time and space, but you just caught my eye. Hey, nah, please won't you come over? Let me get to know ya. Hey, nah, delve into emotion, leave us in this moment. Let your mind be free. Stop holding back, 'cause you can fight it. Oh, I don't know your name, but something in me has ignited. Oh, I was down when I saw you in the clouds. Out of phase, filled with doubt. I was drifting in and out, levitate, fade away. I had left full time and space, but you just caught my eye. Hey, nah, please won't you come over? Let me get to know ya. Hey, nah, delve into emotion, leave us in this moment.
With the right amount of contraband in this music, you would get probed. I'll be honest with you. No, stop fucking around. Especially you guys in the chat. I know Dave has leopard underwear. I'm sorry, not Dave Dre, but this freaking Dave too. Let's just be honest about it. They all got leopard underwear. All that leopard print. Come on, you guys run around like cheetahs in your not so tidy whities. Anyway, in case you guys did not know, the UFO Congress, the International UFO Congress, happened last week. It was only, you could not go anywhere. All you could do is go on your damn computer or YouTube or whatever in order to see it. So, did we miss anything? Would we ever? This is, I don't know. Like, people got to get together somewhere, right? To talk about UFO and aliens. But there is one guy that attended the UFO conference, and the conference, whatever the fuck it is. One guy that I don't know. I feel like he's a turncoat. He turned his back on the people. But we'll talk about that in the next story. This one is about Kentucky. The people in Kentucky don't fuck around when it comes to aliens. I'm going to tell you that much.
Is this asshole?
Hey, listen, in Kentucky alone in 2020, 80 cases were reported to MUFON, according to their database. So, you know, it's not some place where you think nothing's happening. Some shit's being reported, like people are paying attention, right? Barry Gaunt, who is the director of Kentucky's chapter of Mutual UFO Network, not one of my favorite places, he says, eventually, if you look up, you may see something in Kentucky. Most people walk around the world careened from one spot to another, and they don't take the time to look up. Yeah, I get it. That's the way it is, because I just said it at the beginning of the podcast, Gaunt. It's enslavement. Enslavement of the people. You ain't got time to look up. You got to change diapers. You got to look down for that. Imagine if you held the baby up over your head while you're changing the diaper. You'll be 4.2 far shitted. I'm just saying. You can't look up all the time, Gaunt. Anyway, 62 years ago, this story, God love Kentucky. That's all I got to say. If you guys are listening from Kentucky, God love Kentucky. I just say. 62 years ago, on August 21st, 1955, there was about 8 adults and 4 children. Yeah. And they reported seeing a lit object glide onto the field outside of one of their homes in Kelly, which is a small town, unincorporated community a few miles north of Hopkinsville. Imagine that. A UFO. Now, here's what's really interesting is that they said it looked like an egg-shaped wash tub, and they really didn't pay much attention to it. Mistake number 1. And, and we'll get into why we can forgive the folks of Kentucky regarding this egg-shaped, wash tub UFO. How the fuck does that happen? How do you put it, Kentucky, how do you put those things together? I don't know. But about 40 minutes later, they noticed shiny little men walking toward their house. Folks, WTF. Soon after they first noticed these little shiny little men, 15 of them surrounded the house. 15 little shiny men out of an egg-shaped fucking UFO. 1955. Listen, the 40s and the 50s, geez Louise, what the hell is going on? Like someone opened the international highway of ET right into the doorsteps of America. What the hell was going on? Well, there was a guy named Elmer Lucky Sutton who said, shit, I'm going to grab my damn gun. And he did. He grabbed his gun and stepped outside to his porch. You know what he did? He pulled the damn trigger. He sure did. He shot one of these silver little fuckers. But he says the bullets didn't seem to have any effect. That's kind of an awakening, right? Because, you sit there, you pull out your best shotgun, you go out to the porch, you try to take care of that business, and nothing happens. His brother, John Sutton, he said he fired 4 boxes of .22 caliber munitions from his pistol, but they all ricocheted off of these silver little bastards. This is 8 adults and 4 children who were under siege in Kentucky by little silver dudes. They rode around in an egg-shaped craft Bananas. 1955. I've never heard of this. What the hell went down? Anyway, so the group actually kind of described what the faces of these creatures look like. They look like their skin was stretched over their skull, and over the course of the next about 3 hours, the damn things would leave and come back again. Like they wanted some shit over there. They were not playing. They wanted something from those people or their house. They kept sending more back. The story goes that after 6 visits, all 12 of the folks that were there, now mind you again, 8 adults, 4 children, that's 12. All 12 of them loaded into cars and sped towards Hopkinsville to tell the police. And this happened about shortly before 11 p.m. For fuck's sake. The whole fucking family was under attack from little silvery dudes. Crazy. One part of it here says that there was another guy by the name of Billy Ray Taylor. Hey, the guy's name is Billy Ray. He's trouble. He's going to shank you. Well, Billy Ray told the police reporters he stepped out front upon seeing the chrome-like creatures converge on the house, and he actually grabbed one of them off the roof. These fuckers were on the roof. How the fuck do these little gray people climb onto your roof? Crazy. Of course, this story made the papers, right? And the report actually was titled "The Flying Tubman" or Tubman. The Flying Tubman had made it into the local papers the next day after the police got the story from the family, from the group. How freaking nuts is this? The police apparently found no physical evidence to back up the story, though, and here's the kicker in the old elephantitis nuggets. While they were out there investigating the story, the incident, getting their little police reports ready, 2 objects, presumably meteorites, flashed across the sky while they were at the scene. What in the hell is going? I mean, is it the whiskey? Is it maybe some of the Kentucky bourbon? I don't know what it is. What in the hell is going on? Is it the moonshine? Well, it really can't be the moonshine, right? Because you had 4 children involved in this madness, and everybody took out their guns, and the bullets were nowhere. Listen, I am a proponent of shooting the fuck up some UFO, silvery, grays, reptilian. Shoot them the fuck up. Don't get taken. Do not get taken. If you got it, shoot, bust it out. Now, please make sure you're not under the influence. You haven't had too much alcohol. You haven't been on, anything you can snort, anything you can shoot in your veins, before you whip out the gat, as they say. Please, shoot responsibly. Try to make sure that these are real aliens before you shoot them up. But then after that, game on. Why not? Honestly, hey, listen, I think the government, since now they're being cool about identifying UFOs, they should let us shoot rockets at those fuckers, right? Let's be honest. Everyone should have some kind of shoulder-mounted rocket system to take out a UFO, because we'll never find out what the hell's going on. Never. Unless we take action, right? We the people get to blow shit up. That's the way it should be. Anyway, by the way, the music today is a little different, to be honest. You'll notice it when you hear it. Now, the article itself is titled "A Shootout, a Fatal Chase, and Alien Abductions 5 Times. Kentuckians Say They Saw a UFO." So there's other cool stories in there. 4 other ones. You gotta check them out, because for fuck's sake, they don't play in Kentucky. I'm gonna be honest with you. And neither should we play anywhere else. So, bada bing, bada boom. Check out the link in the description. Check this out too.
I carried you all the way, only to hear you say, here is no home for you. I don't know what to do. Guarded you all the way, only to let you say, here is no place for you. But I'll carry on. I carried you all the way, only to hear you say, here is no home for you. I don't know what to do. Guarded you all the way, only to let you say, here is no place for you. But I'll carry on without you.
I am like in shock. That song shocked me so bad when I first heard it. I thought it was like the response to Barbie Girl. Yes, Barbie World. Yeah, that's what I thought it was. Holy shit. But damn, they did not play. The next article, we're going to talk about an individual that actually showed up at the International UFO Congress from his house, I guess, like a fucking desk or whatever. But there's that meme that they play on, that you hear all the time, like YouTube or whatever. It's like, hey, what's your name? Fife. Fuck you, Fife. That's basically me and Fife crossing paths in downtown Phoenix, Arizona. You haven't guessed it yet. We're talking about Fife Simonton. So, let's go get it. One of my favorite UFO stories, of course, is the March 13, 1997 incident in Phoenix, Arizona. Thousands upon thousands of people in the state of Phoenix, apparently including Fife Simonton, who was the governor at the time, claimed to have seen some unexplained shit go down over Phoenix. The crazy thing is we got video. We've got video of this. It's everywhere. Just look it up. If you're new to the topic, look the shit up. It's a real story. Now, Fife. Apparently Fife. Oh wait, before I said that, guess what? There's some stuff here. These unidentified flying objects actually were kind of observed during that time, not only in Arizona but Nevada, the Mexican state of Sonora. But you can blame the tequila for that. On March 13, 1997. But actually, it is an important point because every time I talk about the Phoenix Lights, I always say this. If you go to Newfork, that gigantic database, you look at the states around Arizona, like 2 days before and 2 days after, you literally can track these lights, making that trek across those states. these things were on the way, making their way through. Now, why in the flying fuck they decided to just stop over Phoenix and, make a big show of it, who knows? Maybe they broke down. Stop for gas. I don't know. Stop for a meal. They got hungry. But yeah, go to Newfork and let's see if you can check out those dates and see the connections. It's a great database. But anyway, Fife Simonton at the time, we just call him Fife. Simonton is just too much. Governor at the time, he says that he witnessed the incident. But at the time that it happened, what happened? The governor, Fife Simonton III, he held a press conference, right? And he says, hey, we found who was responsible. Again, something else you can actually find. Go to youtube.com. You can look up this stupid press conference where he makes fun of the fact that people are saying what they saw was an unidentified flying object, right? He had one of these assistants come out dressed like a big alien with handcuffs. Jackass. Total jackass. Later on, in around March 2007, Fife said that he witnessed one of the crafts from unknown origin back during the event in 1997, although he did not want to go public with it. This is all Fife Simonton, the governor. Now, isn't that messed up that you as the governor, who actually saw the same thing that the rest of your constituents saw, you're literally going to come out and make fun of it. Now, some crazy stuff happened to him after that, right? Or during that time, he was also taken to court. And he was under investigation by a lot of these, government folks. And you can look that up as well. And apparently he was going through some shit at the time. And, he made this decision. Kind of rash, I don't know. Covering his ass, possibly. Trying to save his governorship. Maybe that's what happened. You can also, if you like watching those history channels, you can see Fifey, coming out of the UFO closet, talking about what he saw. And let's be honest. I mean, we say this all the time. We see it all the time. Things like deathbed confessions, people waiting until they're out of, whatever agency they hold, whatever position they hold, to, come out and start talking shit. So luckily for the people at the UFO conference, apparently Fife was supposed to be there to talk about his experience. I'm going to be honest with you. He's probably one of the last people I would invite to anything. Really, you turned your back on everyone in Phoenix. You made people who, there's video of people out there just going bananas, just spending years after the incident just researching it because they know what they saw. There are stories of this craft heading south of Phoenix and the people just being right under it. Several football fields long. The type of material, the metal that it was made of, it was not flares. Wasn't random lights. People were reporting in real nuts and bolt craft that flew over them. Scared the shit out of them. But Fife fucked it up. You fucked up, Fife. You fucked up. So, he went ahead and mocked everyone, and so now he's kind of changed his way. And so, apparently the UFO conference, because it's in Phoenix, they decided, hey, UFOs is a hot topic. Who better than the guy that shitted on everyone, but then turned around and made UFOs great again. Oh, man. I don't know. The Fife story is pretty sad, but it really is what happens constantly with a UFO story, especially when it involves someone in government. It's the same shit, same story, different person all the time. So thanks, Fife. Thanks for fucking it up for us. Now, the UFO Congress was actually established back in 1991, and it's still going strong, but thanks to COVID-19, actually as of 2020, it started going streaming only. Now, listen, I can't say that this is the best forum as far as the UFO Congress for trying to air out the UFO situation. But let's be honest, COVID-19, the Wuhan flu has had its impact on a lot of things, even things like conventions of UFOs and the UAPs. So, not too many people are trying, right? But not too many people are getting together. They're doing all this stuff by video and things like that. Unlike Ronnie Dawson, who was out there at his conference in person, a lot of these places are still kind of skittish about getting together. That is one impact that the Wuhan flu has had on UFOs. But it is what it is. Now, if you want to read a little bit more about the former Arizona governor speaking at the UFO Congress, please do so. My point here is just to kind of bring it to light that, sometimes these UFO conferences, they want to scrape the bottom of the bowl. Just the bottom, get down to the bottom, the nasty stuff that's just sitting there forever. I mean, the truth is, listen, Fife, Fifi, we get it. You were scared. You wanted to lose your job. You didn't want to risk being reelected. You didn't want to risk a lot of things. You was going through some shit. Yeah, we get it. You're a politician. Honesty is not the best policy. You got to cover your ass. But we don't appreciate it. I mean, at least I don't. I don't know about the rest of you guys. But, like I said, Fifey, fuck you, Fifey. Ridiculous. Just completely ridiculous. This next song is a long-distance shout-out to the folks in India. Check this out. That was so relaxing. It really was. I feel so in tune now. with myself. Thank you, India. That was fantastic. It turns out we have a new place to search when it comes to alien life in the galaxy. Yeah. You know, while we talk about UFOs coming here and people getting abducted, people in Kentucky bringing out all the fucking guns and taking out silver aliens, it turns out that science is still looking, searching, finding another way to identify exoplanets that could hold life. Hyceans. No, not Haitians. Hyceans. These are basically planets. They're 2.5 times larger than the planet Earth, with oceans made of hydrogen. Is that nuts? Oceans that have hydrogen-rich atmospheres. Apparently, there's a lot of these. So you know how it goes, right? They look at like telescopes and all these radio things and whatever bumfucky wherever the fuck they go, and they look at things and look at like the light. They look at the wavelengths and some of this says there's carbon and it might have hydrogen, it might have some oxygen and things like that. Well, apparently many of the planets that are identified near red dwarf stars. Those stars are not PC. They can't call them red dwarfs. What the fuck? Somebody call somebody at the Science Institute of Technology and tell them they need to change the name from red dwarfs. That's fucked up. Anyway, they're usually around these red small people stars. And what happens is that they're all over the Milky Way. What scientists are thinking is that these red dwarfs could host microbial life because of the amount of hydrogen that's in the atmosphere. Also, the location of a lot of these planets, they're pretty close to their little red dwarf stars. This is going to scar me for life now. And so, even right now, in our planet, the extremophiles, these are those type of microbial life that exist in some of the extremest, harshest environments on our planet. This lead author, Niku, I'm not going to say your last name, Niku, says that Hycean planets open a whole new avenue of research for life elsewhere. And Niku is from the Institute of Astronomy at the University of Cambridge in the UK, in England. He says we find that the larger radii and higher temperatures of the Haitian planets, Hycean, we just lost all of Haiti. They don't even listen to the podcast anymore. Of the Hycean planets make these particular biomarkers detectable in the atmosphere, which may not be as detectable on rocky planets. So this is the new study, and actually they're betting on that the hunt for life in these Hycean planets can actually take off when the James Webb Space Telescope, the $9.8 billion, man, for $9.8 billion, they better find all kind of shit on different planets. I'm just saying, when it takes off later on this year, it should be an easy candidate for finding these particular type of Hycean planets with microbial life maybe hanging around the atmosphere, around these dim red dwarf stars. Now, the cool thing about this is that they say that a lot of these red dwarf stars and their companion Hycean planets can actually be found as close as 35 light years away. And actually, the range is 35 to 150 light years away from the planet Earth. So they're relatively close compared to billions of light years away. Not super close to where if you're looking for intelligent life, for fuck's sake, that's a 70-year turnaround for a message, unless they can get the shit to us faster. But they're looking at detecting biosignatures from a lot of these particular planets because they really haven't been on the scope of the search for life somewhere else. But they're expecting that something could happen. Something could be identified from these, and that James Webb Space Telescope is what they're betting on. Now, everyone is, right? Because, Avi Loeb is also betting on James Webb for, finding other things in dealing with technosignatures within our Milky Way galaxy. And there's people who are betting on using it for fucking finding Planet 9. So James Webb is going to be busy as hell. Let me just tell you. It's going to be a really hard time to get some telescope time scheduled for all these different projects that are waiting for this thing to come online. So the search for alien life could take a while. Could take a long fucking time. No matter how novel your idea is for finding aliens, you got to be able to find the time and have the money to schedule your research on James Webb when it gets up there. And the thing's not even a fucking spaceship, for fuck's sake. I don't know. We need to find somewhere else because there's too many people waiting on this telescope to go up. So who knows? This might be Elon might be there. We probably use James Webb to track Elon on Mars by the time we find alien life, to be honest. Anyway, one more story. It's a short one. It's a little update on Percy on Mars, because we all need a little bit of Percy in our life, right?
Kill me again, Mr. Bartender, please. I need a shot and I'm begging on my knees. The way to fight is one battle at a time. You may have won today, but I'll see you at the finish line. All is fair in love and war. You pull no brakes when you're riding to the core. All is fair in love and war. You best be aware, 'cause all is fair in love and war. If you can't stand the heat, don't come in the kitchen. Bring you pain is my new addiction.
Who the fuck is this asshole?
I'll be back.
The final one. I mean, how can you follow a song like that, for fuck's sake? I was mad. I was like ready to run downstairs and start mixing all kind of damn drinks. Give me the Leprechaunski back. Anyway, NASA's latest discovery may prove alien life existed on Mars. Oh, great. Great. You know, it's weird because all signs point not only to life on Mars, right? Somebody fucked up. They tripped over the red cord. They blew themselves up. Ancient history, ancient aliens. But then you have all the gases that show up periodically on the planet's surface that really, they can't find a way for it to be happening other than maybe, some kind of microbial life somewhere farting in the air. You know, it's a natural process. I mean, it happens. Farting is natural. Methane and all that good stuff. But still, that's not good enough. So we're going to spend a few billion fucking dollars to send an SUV up there to test and look and freaking drill into rocks to discover ancient life. What about life today, fuckfaces? Wouldn't that work just as great? Like if we actually sent a rover or something up there to look for life right now, because really, that's really what matters to us. Who gives a fuck what shit died, 30 billion years ago? This is the problem with science. It doesn't matter unless they have the word billion in it. $30 billion, 30 billion years. Can we get closer to where we are now? Broke as fuck, and, right here, right now. For fuck's sake. Did they ever listen to YouTube? Anyway, so it turns out that old Percy, the fantastic SUV, it actually was able to dig a couple holes. It had some problems a few weeks ago, digging the holes into the rock. And I was going to put up a picture of it, but I couldn't because, I don't know, it just didn't look right. But it's weird. I don't know if he just dusted the damn sand off of the rock, but the rock that Percy digged into does not look like anything around it. Like the other rocks around it does not look like this rock. You'll have to look at a picture, see if you can find it. And actually, just kidding. If you look at the link in the description from Tweaktown, they actually have an image of the rock that old Percy drilled into. Yeah, such a nasty robot. But anyway, turns out they took these two samples, and according to Ken Farley, because we can believe in that name, of Caltech, he is also a project scientist for NASA's JPL. He said in a press release that it looks like our first rocks reveal the potentiality, or potentially, or possibly, that NASA had a habitable, sustained environment. No shit, Sherlock. Why is it that everyone except for NASA believes that there could have been life and could still be life on Mars? Like, it's the craziest thing. I know. Scientific method. Great. Anyway, so he says, it looks like our first rocks reveal the sustained life. The core samples actually included salt minerals, which are kind of holding trapped tiny bubbles of ancient Martian water. I just want to bring to everyone's attention that it was a few years ago that they said Curiosity found evidence of water that they were not allowed to go to because it looked like there was water seeping from the ground. But some kind of a rule that they put together when it came to space travel that says you can't do that, so they didn't go by it. They were afraid to touch it. Come on, touch it. Just touch it. They couldn't do it. O. Farley says that the salt minerals in these two rock cores may have also trapped tiny bubbles of ancient Martian water, and if present, they could serve as microscopic time capsules, offering clues about ancient climate and habitability of Mars. Salt minerals are also well known on Earth for their ability to preserve signs of ancient life. stated NASA and the crew. No fucks are given. That's great. You spent all that money to dig into a rock to say, we've got salt. And the salt might have clues to what happened billions of years ago on Mars. Nobody gives... I gotta be the only person on the planet that doesn't give a fuck about this. I gotta be the only person who is shocked and appalled and angry enough to say that you literally had how many opportunities to send a fucking vehicle, SUV, worth billions of dollars that can test for life now. I've got to be the only one who thinks that. I don't understand that. I don't see spending so many billions of dollars for shit that's not even that looking at things happening today. If you're planning to send people, human beings, to that planet in the next, whenever Bezos says that people are going to go to Mars. But whenever the fuck that happens, you would think that you would start prepping now, spending money now to figure out what kind of challenges they're going to have, especially in the form of life forms on that planet. You should be doing that shit now because apparently it takes you years to get this shit together. You should have done it way before. So now we'll just wait till people get on there. They'll bring back some kind of bacterial madness, and the zombie apocalypse will happen from Mars. There's got to be somewhere where someone has already kind of connected the shit together. Shit coming samples from Percy that'll be picked up in about 10 years, or our Martian astronauts going up there and coming back and bringing the zombie disease, and then we'll all be fucked. I mean, I've got a good outlook on life, I want to say. Don't you? Don't you feel that's great? Anyway, all I gotta say is thank you for listening to the podcast. I know you've got other choices. As a matter of fact, what's that girl's name? Anjali? Yeah, that chick with the mountain in the Mojave Desert. She's apparently going on a podcast, and I think it's tonight, going up against some dude that says he's gonna have some hard questions for Anjali. He even called her out and said, "You're afraid of going up against a podcast that's going to ask you some hard questions, Anjali. Get on here. Don't say no." He was making a reference to the fader nuts and how she went on to fade to black and got softballed. But he's going to hardball her. That's the way it's going to go down. Tonight, sometime. I don't even follow the fucking podcast, but I think it's funny as hell how everyone's coming after her. And initially she blocked everyone, and now she unblocked everyone. She's like, it's like that song from India, man. It brings you to a state of calmness. Your chakras are aligned. And she's taking everybody on. So we'll see. We'll see who gets to go to the mountain in the Mojave and meet the, what they call those guys? The committee. The alien committee on saving the planet, for fuck's sake. I know they're going to all show up there, and these fuckers are going to have, like, knives and forks, and someone's going to end up with a fucking apple in their mouth and in their posterior. That's just what I'm saying. Who knows? Anyway, that's the way it goes. I'll come back on Wednesday. We're going to have some fun times on Wednesday. I can feel it. Me, you, the Asgardians, and what can I say? Live long and prosper.
You seem to know something I don't. What's going on? Can you tell me what it is, please? I'm not that slow like you think. Strange vibrations
an eye, you'll realize that there's so much more to the book than the page you were stuck on. Finally, you will feel free to live a life you love living instead of the life you think other people want you to live. Remember, you are the highest authority when it comes to knowing what you want and what you love. So stop trading yourself for the approval from others. Ladies and gentlemen, weirdos and geeks, please repeat after me. I don't give a fuck. This asshole.